Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentleman podcast for Wednesday. I was like, what day
There
is
you
it
go.
today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, August 4th. I'm your host, Scott Labrie. Joined alongside me, we have Uncle Teabag, Tyler Sunt.
Hello.
Hello, sir. And we have All Day Eric Deshane.
Hello.
What up?
What's up?
What up?
What's that? Yeah. First day back after a long weekend it's like first day back at work in like
You guys had a holiday. I still
2.5 weeks
away,
for
yeah.
me. So,
Yeah.
Boy, man.
Jeez, man. Both of you guys were off for 2 weeks.
Well, I was off all of
you were
last
for a
week,
week.
and then the Friday
Yeah,
before
okay,
that.
I guess, yeah.
So
Scott had a longer holiday.
yeah,
To be fair, half that holiday
Holiday.
was being
Holiday.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hospital's a holiday, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
A forced
Yeah.
holiday.
exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, today was a little bit. Actually, today wasn't too bad. I was actually kind of like energetic and was like, all right,
Yeah.
let's just kind of nice to be back a little bit doing stuff. But
Yeah, it's weird because I was like, well, last night I was kind of tossing and turning, like, what's gonna be in store for work and blah blah blah. And when I got in, I'm like, oh yeah, I have lots to do, but like, it's not that bad. It's kind of nice
No.
being back there, having that sense of purpose and shit that you have to do. And
yeah,
it's like, I'm sure it'll wear off by tomorrow though.
Yeah.
And I'll be back to being like,
Yeah.
yeah, same. Like I had a little bit of stuff to catch up on, so I was busy enough all day. Then yes, as I got home, I was just like, finally hit me. It's like, oh, I was like, now I'm tired. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's record over Discord because I don't want to go anywhere.
Right. Exactly.
So here we are,
Mhm.
and
Discord.
back on the Discord. And speaking of Discord, it's a cool piece of technology that allows us
Hell yeah.
to chat with each other through the
Yes.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
The internet.
Something that was not possible, say, 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, but yes and no.
2000? Did we have like
What was one of the
Skype
first
or anything
webcam
back then?
I remember webcams in
programs?
2000, in early 2000s.
When did Skype come out?
And MSN Messenger.
Was it just like colored blocks?
Oh, it's
Right?
like a little, like,
240p or something.
20 by 40 pixel, at half 140p. Yeah, I remember that growing up, but that was maybe like early 2000s. But after that, I want to say it was possible, but none of us experienced it till well into the 20th century.
All right.
Yeah.
21st, yeah.
20,
I'm sure
25 years ago wasn't possible.
Yeah, that's a safe bet, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was around, but I never saw it.
I'm sure it's probably like super
God.
expensive too to get a
Oh,
webcam
yeah,
back
definitely.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, so officially on July 1st, exactly 50 years ago, a revolutionary phone call took place between Pittsburgh Mayor Peter Flaherty and Alcoa CEO John Harper on a device that was called the Picture Phone Mod 2. You guys got to see a picture of this fucking thing, man. It's like, it's wild. It's like a phone and like with a huge IBM computer, like black and white. And I don't know how it works. It just sends like I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely not digital, obviously. It's analog.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You see that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And what year?
1970, July 1st.
That seems right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that on Facebook or just that?
Oh, I've got it on. I just Googled first video chat, and that's what came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Picture phone mod 2. Yeah, it's oh my God, it looks like yay big, like that big of a screen.
There's a whole history of video telephony. Yeah. Crazy.
But yeah, I mean it's been around. But yeah, I like being from a rural area, you never saw stuff like that till at least 20 years, right? Because we didn't get internet access, high speed internet until I want to say 2009, 2008 around the farm. And then before it was a dial-up, even that was still like, oh my God, this is amazing, even though it was still dial-up. That too was still mind-blowing back then too as well, right? So
yeah. So like Star Trek, the original series came out like 1966, and they were talking about doing stuff like that, like seeing each other on cameras, right? Different video screens, and they're probably just like, oh, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do that. That's crazy stuff,
I'm,
man.
I'm sure it must have had like massive lag and just
Yeah.
Oh,
hard
I
to
can
could
imagine.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just like, picture it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like those news channels like CNN and stuff like that, where it's like the reporter back at HQ is like talking to
Mhm.
whoever on the field in
Yeah.
Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, and then
Yeah.
it's just like there's like a
You wait.
2
You
minutes.
wait
I'm like,
for.
what's happening?
It's
And he's like,
perfect.
yeah,
There he
yeah,
goes.
yeah. He's like, and then he starts answering, and then the anchor starts talking already, but he's not done yet because there's like a 20-second lag.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's like, holy man. And now
But
it's
even
like you can video chat with anybody, really.
yeah, and little to no lag at all. It's crazy how fast it's
Yeah,
gotten now. Like it's
it's
yeah, for
nuts.
even
It's
us
all
in little middle of nowhere, we're still like, oh yeah, I can FaceTime my sister Sharon
yep,
and see the kids over the phone and FaceTime. Like, holy crap! Like, who would have thought of that? Like 15 years ago. Like that would have been amazing to have. And now it's like, oh,
right?
it's nothing. It's,
Yeah,
we all have this now. It's just no big deal.
yeah,
Yeah, friggin' smartphones.
So
It's,
Tyler brought up that like reporter in the field thing being on a delay. Like I
yeah.
don't, I, I don't know what technology they use for that because like it doesn't make sense. Like especially like because I watch ESPN like highlights a lot of time, and a lot of times they'll be talking to some sort of analyst or like an ex player who's become like an
Mhm.
analyst or something, but they're not
yeah.
in the studio. They're at their house or something like that
Mhm.
on a green screen. And there's always
Okay.
like this delay, so it's like it doesn't make sense. It's like does distance play like a huge factor in that or something like that? Maybe like
I'm imagining
because
it
like I'm on
must.
Discord, I'm talking to you guys right now. There's zero delay. It's like what the
Right.
fuck are you guys using that
It,
like they
yeah,
can't
Yeah.
like
What?
yeah.
Yeah. It
it's a
doesn't
lot.
make.
It's a lot of information to go down the line at one point. It makes sense why distance would cause a delay because that's a lot of information going in and out. So I get that, but at the same time, it's like I'm sure that shouldn't be as bad as that.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
yeah,
No, for sure.
Because they
Like
always
yeah,
it's
talk to this
multi.
guy named like Kendrick Perkins, who's like a retired basketball player, and they'll be like talking to him, and then they'll ask him a question, and then like cuts to him. He's just like sitting there like for
Waiting.
like 5 seconds, and then he's like, like he starts like talking.
Yeah.
It's just like
That's weird.
Where's that delay coming from? I don't get it.
Yeah, we're so far beyond that now. Like I don't
Mm.
understand how it's so delayed unless they use like a different
it might.
program or something like that.
Yeah, it might for that because I know like you do phone call all the time all over the country, all over the province, and to
Yeah.
do a call wherever you can, and there's no delay. You call a guy in Quebec, there's no delay at all. It's like talking to someone next door. It's crazy how fast that is. But yet I
Yeah.
call GM's headquarters in. I think they say they're in the USA, but I think they're in Asia or somewhere else. They never specify where. And yeah, there's a good like 2 to 3 second delay when you're talking to them because it's very annoying because you say what you want to say and you're waiting for an answer, but there's no answer. So like, and then they come up and you cut each other off. It's annoying that
Yeah,
way. But
exactly.
yeah, I'm sure it's between delays and from distance and programs and
That
tons of
could be,
aspects
yeah.
with it. But I mean, even still, that the thought of that's still crazy in my mind. Like that's we can even have that ability to do it nowadays.
Because you're talking
Yeah.
to somebody in the future on the other side of the planet. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Maybe they'll have my freaking parts in time.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just how far we come now, like with the cell phone. Like
Mm-hmm.
kids nowadays have cell phones. Like you just chat up somebody, whatever, order stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's even like Eric and I's, careers. Anybody can order a part for themselves.
Mhm.
You can literally just Google it. Be
Mhm.
like 2014 GMC Acadia. I need a strut.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's like, oh, well, I'll shop local and be like, oh, yours is like $100 more than it is on
Mhm.
Amazon.
No,
Well, then
Amazon.
do it on then. Oh, I'm being summoned.
Oh, but
That's
what was?
okay.
Do you remember your first cell phone, Scott? Was it flip phone or was it one with the screen?
So
'Cause I
my
mean,
my
you're in the
first
age where it's like, yeah, it was a transition between screens and flip phones. I think you would have been right on that age for you.
A BlackBerry?
No, my dad had BlackBerry.
Yeah.
No, my first cell phone is shared between like me and my three sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and my older sister ended up using it more because she was older.
Mhm.
But it was like a LG or Samsung or something like that.
Mhm.
It was like one of those like slide up phones, kind of like
Oh,
the
okay,
LG
yeah.
chocolate, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The keyboard's laid up from underneath, and you can type that way. Yeah.
No, well, yeah, it was just the numpad slide up though.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And then yeah, my
Okay.
second cell phone was the keyboard slide.
The keyboard slide. Yeah. Okay, that's probably once 2008, 2009.
Yeah, right around.
Yeah, I remember. I remember those years when those came out, and then like 3 years later, iPhones came out, and then boom, everyone had an iPhone for screens, right?
2010, I got an iPhone. I was the second kid in high school to have an iPhone because I had a job, so I was like,
Wow.
I'm buying this thing.
Fancy.
iPhone 3GS. It was super fat at the time, and
it was like a good half-inch thick. I remember when they came out too. Yeah, and then I remember when the fours came out too, and there was a lineup. I was in Grab at the time. There was a line to go get one. And the college guys got it, and yeah, the comparison between the two was crazy. How just how slim and different that four was. Like Jesus, man, that's the design changes that fast and that different. But yeah,
I remember being in class, social studies class. We were talking about. I forget how this got brought up. I think we were talking about Russia or something, anyways. And we were talking about Red Dawn came up, and we're like, yeah, we should get Red Dawn and watch it in class. It pertains to this to what we're studying, and like not at all.
Yeah.
But we're trying to convince our teacher to do that.
Right.
And she's like, no, and we're like just trying to like break her down. Eventually, like, yeah, let's do it. And then I remember like having my iPhone, and then my desk is like, it's only $18 on Amazon. And she just went on for like 2 seconds. It's like, wait, how do you know that? Do you have an iPhone or something? It's like, no, it's my internet pants. It's like,
oh god.
And she just laughed and just went on. But
yeah.
Using your phone in class, Jesus.
Oh man, that was like everybody had a phone in class at that point. So,
Jeez, Eric, do you remember back in the day when we had to do like homework and stuff? We had to get textbooks.
Yep.
We couldn't just copy and paste.
I have to use a calculator for everything because we would never have a calculator growing up.
Right.
Fucking boomers, man. Yeah.
Boomers.
Nowadays,
Here we are. Futures in our pocket.
Pretty well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
everything you want.
Everything you want to do it. Yeah, like your whole personality's on there. It's like your whole personality is like uploaded onto there, and you just carry it around with you. That's why people have that separation anxiety when they can't find their phone for like 3 seconds. Oh god, where did I put it?
Your identity's attached to this phone, man. It's part of you, right? So yeah, when you lose it, you feel fucked because you are because this is gone and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay for stuff up there. All your like debit cards can be on there. Your Facebook, emails, texts, everything. It's all on there, man. It's wild stuff.
For sure.
Fast times.
So yeah, I guess I didn't really explain what the topic was. Besides just
we just went on cell phones.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but like so the topic for this episode, is just like technology advancements that we like find fascinating. Right? Is what you said, Tyler? Something like that.
Yeah. Like when you watch a movie, like say you're watching Demolition Man. Oh, these cars are driving by themselves. That'll never happen. Look at that. Look at Tesla now. People are sleeping on the freeway, going 130 miles an hour, passed out, just ripping. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
See, my anxiety would be way too high for that to happen. I could not sleep behind a wheel and be comfortable at that speed even still. I was like, what the? How are you? What are you on to be that relaxed in front of a wheel? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Say, and add to that the like removal of like mechanical parts, and it's all just electronics, and that's it. Like there's no resistance to anything. So you want to pick up speed, you're at that speed like immediately. Because I remember a Tesla came in where we work. It was a trade-in. I don't know who the hell was trading in a Tesla, but anyway, it was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't actually get to go in, but one of my coworkers and the salesman that had the car went in there, and they went out of town a little ways and came back, and they said it was unbelievable. It's like super quiet, like almost like dead quiet, and so fast. Like you want to go, it goes like immediately because there's no like shifting and changing gears. And, like
power to the motors, the motors go. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, and like the whole dash is just like it's like everything's touchscreen and like holy man, you're driving a freaking starship on the road. It's crazy. The only thing it doesn't do is fly. It's
Not
yet until you hit a jump.
Yeah, at that speed, it might happen.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about like this old firmware update that they had to do, where they added like creep when you like let off the brake or whatever, because before if you just let off the brake, it's like it stopped. It doesn't move until you hit the gas or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, it was like people just found that like super weird, and so like, all right, well we'll put it in the firmware that it'll like give a little bit of
creep. Yeah.
Right.
It's like interesting. They can do
It's a
that.
comfort thing. I
Update
guess,
your
yeah.
car.
Yeah, exactly what you think about it, right? Because you're not giving power to the engine, so the engine's like powering
Yeah.
down, so it's like it's slowing down.
Yeah, this is just stuff.
Whereas
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
driving, but you're freewheeling. There's no resistance at all. You're just hauling ass.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. I wish I got to go for a ride in there. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure.
I'm surprised like
Mm.
they didn't let
Okay.
everybody go for a test drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody,
everybody stay
come
away from
try
it.
the space car.
Yeah,
Been sold every
exactly.
kilometer out.
Yep, exactly. Oh, we gotta charge up the battery again.
Mhm.
But does like I want to does a Tesla engine kilometer out the same way as like a regular engine does?
Well, I mean, it's just I'm sure
I don't know.
parts wear out and like any other vehicle, any
sure,
other
yeah.
thing like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like oh, this vehicle has 100,000 kilometers on it. The engine's fucked. Like, well, no, not really.
Yeah,
It's
it's
on
just-
Tesla. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
guess
I am
it'd be
curious.
like,
I've always been curious to how they are when it comes to for part sourcing and everything else for that. Because yeah, is like for us, if your lifters are done, then it's a whole new head job for that pretty much, right? But for
Mhm.
something like that, it's just a motor to your wheel. Well, is this one of the wheels or what else has to get fixed or something like that, right? So
right.
I know when a customer has a certain issue, you can just figure out what kind of job needs to get done. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be a big bill. For Tesla,
Right.
I'm really curious how that is for them. If it's a lot more individual parts, or is it still like ours, where it's a big job to just do a simple thing at sometimes? So yeah,
Right.
curious.
Mhm.
Oh, it's not turning on properly. Okay, swap out the battery.
Yep.
$10,000.
Exactly. Yeah. Lithium-ion batteries are fucked. Oh shit.
Right. Or
There
your
goes the car.
capacitors or
Yeah.
sensors. There's probably sensors on everything too.
Oh,
It probably tells you right on the
definitely.
screen, oh, this is what's happening. Bring it to
Mhm.
your nearest repair shop and get them to do this, this, and this. Recalibrate or firmware
I
update.
am curious what a bill would cost for like a front end damage on a Tesla too, because all those impact sensors and stuff like that too. Oh my lord,
Yeah.
that'd just be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get what you pay for.
Right.
You're buying the future, man. So it's gonna be expensive.
That's right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy shit. We're finally
Yeah.
doing some more space stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Yeah.
Bezos is like,
Mhm.
fuck you. I'm
I'm
going to
going
go in
space.
space too.
I'm
I'm
going
going space
space.
too. And I'm going to sell tickets for a shitload of money to go in space.
So the
Yeah.
rich can still afford to go to space, while us fucking sleazeballs are on the ground still.
Yeah.
That's
Us
right.
peasants, yeah.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
He'll fly to space, but he can't afford to pay his workers
Mm-hmm.
more money.
Right?
Exactly.
Can start a space
Or,
program. Have
Can't
all this
afford,
extra
I mean,
money.
refuse to
Yeah.
because he
Exactly.
can definitely afford it.
Well, even still, have a massive divorce with your wife and
Yeah.
still be well enough off. Like, oh, yeah, I'm still going to space. Like, dude, like your wife
Yeah.
took half of everything. How the hell?
Midlife crisis. I'm going to start
Yeah.
a space program. You fucking bastard.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
We're talking about other oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Our recording software decided to freeze up on us, and
Damn
Yeah.
you, technology.
yeah, thankfully
Yeah.
nothing got cut off.
Mhm.
We
Bezos
didn't-
probably heard us.
yeah,
Yep.
Captain.
yeah, exactly.
You-
Fuck
fuck-
okay. This
fuck
is a
you
satellite
guys.
laser.
I bought Discord and Streamlabs to fuck you over now or something.
Yeah.
yeah, really. Yeah.
But we're back. Yeah. Speaking of, so yeah, we're talking about. I'm all flustered now, kind of, sort of. But we were talking about technology advancements and that sort of thing. And one of the things I remember a few years ago was VR coming out
Yeah, I was
and
with
that sort of
DVR
thing.
too.
Um,
Yeah.
And I remember working at the Source, and we had the Samsung Gear VR come in, which you put your Samsung phone in there, and it'd work that way. And yeah, never used any VR at all before then, and I had like the phone that would work, so I was like, all right, let's take this for a test run or whatever. And I remember like loading it up, and I downloaded like it was a Star Wars Episode 7 video where you were like on Rey's like little racer thing, and you're like
Oh yeah.
driving alongside the big Star Destroyer in the sand and that sort of thing, and I was just like, whoa, this is like freaking crazy. Like it was a little strange because like if I tried to move and it like didn't move, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it was like Yeah, like sitting there and like in the full like 3D experience, like 180, like you couldn't turn all the way around, otherwise it was just like black there. But
Yeah.
it was still like pretty insane. I was like, damn, this is the future.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Our friend,
mm-hmm.
yeah, he had his setup there. I remember the first time I tried that on.
Oh yeah.
Holy man, that's some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild stuff. It's so much fun. I can't wait for that to really take off. That's what I'm really
That's
looking
what
forward
I'm
to.
hoping for. Where the cost entry is still really high, which sucks because you need a good PC or the whole system set up, a good area. It's all high
Yeah.
cost to get into it, and then there's only certain things you can play with it right now. So hopefully,
Yeah.
within our lifetimes, I would hope that it finally goes down. Easier to make games for so other people can do it just as fast and stuff like that. Because see what comes out on some of these guys, like this is awesome. Like this could be
Yeah.
really fun to play. Like I remember when Super Hot came out, I'm like, this is so cool. It's the kind of
Oh, and it's
dodge
so
and weave through
stressful. Yeah.
bullets and yeah, oh yeah, slow mo. It's like, oh, cool, and yeah, oh yeah, that's the potential for it to go there is hopefully higher. Just right now, it's just such a high, expensive cost to get into it. It's just
Yeah.
Oh, for
that's
sure.
my big hold right now. Otherwise, if I could afford it, I'd love to have my own VR
Yeah.
set and play
Yeah,
it
that'd
because
be
I had
pretty
lots
slick.
of fun with that. But it's just so expensive.
The Oculus Quest 2 isn't like too bad. Like I think it starts at $400, and that's like
Yeah.
the totally wireless. It's all built into the headset thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so it's not like it's kind of nice because, I mean, like with our friends there, you have to set up those like light posts or whatever. And
Yeah.
you have to like set off a certain area. Whereas with the Quest 2, you don't have to do that sort of thing. You just play wherever.
Right.
And it has like outside camera, so it like sees if you're gonna run into something.
Yeah, and that's how it detects your position around the room, right? So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I mean, it's not the best quality compared to like I think
The
the
Vive?
Valve Index is the newest one, but it is actually kind of close to the first version of the Vive, I think. So
Okay. Well, that's still pretty good then.
yeah,
Mhm.
so for something that's like totally wireless and that sort of thing, it's actually came a long ways in the last few years, which is kind of cool. So
Oh, for sure. And the games that you can be able to play too, it's just like, well, even when we're
Yeah.
playing Gorn, you're in that gladiator pit.
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah,
I can imagine what like, even like if you're sitting playing a racing game or like playing Star Wars Squadrons in VR, I couldn't even imagine what that would be. That'd be like
Dude.
insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting in a chair, freaking
Yeah.
flying around. Especially if it's
Yeah.
like all rigged up too, and the chair
Right.
moves wherever you steer. Oh my god.
frick.
Yeah, I'd never
Do a
unplug
barrel
it. Just
roll.
leave me in there. Leave me in there. Get me an IV and
Yeah.
a shit bag, and I'll be here.
Trap
good.
door in the chair.
Yep. I'll be happy. Just leave me there. Load me up. Leave me there.
Right.
Just like that Black Mirror episode, Silent Juniper. Juniper.
Mhm.
Ah, crazy shit. That's just happening, man. It's getting
Mhm.
there. One day,
One day.
or Ready Player One.
Yeah.
You feel all the impacts and stuff.
50,
One day.
60 years, you think they'll have it made by the time we're ready to go?
I think so.
I think
You
so.
think so?
I
We'll
think
be
so.
in our 80s playing VR in the old folks' home. Why the hell not?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be at the point where they can upload your entire subconsciousness into a hard
No,
drive and
probably
put it
not
in a
yet.
server and keep you preserved forever. But
Would you
which
guys
would-
go for something like that, or?
I was just gonna ask.
Mhm.
I was just gonna ask.
Sure, why not?
Well, because
I mean,
I'd be the same way.
it's-
Then it's like, you know
yeah.
what? I'm bored, so I'm just gonna unplug. I'm done. Just like delete, hit delete, and then you can find out if there is or not. Hopefully,
Yeah.
by that time they do find out that there is something after
Yeah.
Right.
with the technology.
Even though like
knows?
they'll be like, well, it's not me. It's not actually you who's going there. Blah blah blah. It's like who gives a fuck?
Right. Right.
Load
Exactly.
me
Yeah. Load me up. Don't care. I refuse to die.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Go for something like that.
That would be sweet.
What are some other technology things that you think we're gonna see in our lifetime? Flying cars?
Robots.
Robots.
Yeah,
for
flying
sure.
cars and robots for sure,
I don't
because
think
we've
we're
already
flying
seen
cars yet.
Boston.
Flying cars
Dynamic.
might not be.
Flying cars, I don't think so, because that's such a litigation when it comes to like safety and control. Because how the hell do you control
traffic
like
laws.
an individual flying when you have like a hard time enough controlling a
Just
whole
like looking at the government
airport?
perspective, the
Oh, yeah.
terrorist attacks that would
Oh my
just
god,
like
yeah, yeah. It's
anybody can buy a fucking flying car and just fly over an airport or whatever.
Somebody drove
Right?
a Camaro into the White House.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Cool that would be. I doubt we'll see that. Maybe more
It'd probably just be
efficient
more
cars.
people getting
Yeah.
like little drones that can fly you around. I can see
Yeah.
that being a thing because with like gyrocopters and you could just make like your own little aircraft. But
Mhm.
there's so many air
Mhm.
regulation laws, like you can't be up there. doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Fly at a certain altitude, and yeah, I mean it's not worth it. But definitely robots, though. I'm probably
Robots
looking
for sure.
for. Oh, because you know what Boston Dynamic pulls out every now and then. It's like, geez, these guys are just.
Yeah, the robots that were dancing
Oh yeah,
and stuff. So I'm like,
Mhm.
what? What is happening?
how fluid they look too, and how well they move. It's like, okay, this is like
It's creepy,
20
man.
years away from freaking cyborgs, man. What the hell? Like this
Skynet.
is
Yeah,
Skynet. Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah.
Robots making robots.
that's right.
I think like the idea of robots is cool, but it like also worries me that it's like, all right, well, if we making all these robots, that means people aren't working, and are we gonna be like go shift
Make
to that
movies.
society where it's like, well, we'll just pay people because we're have robots doing everything, and it's like, yeah, I bet half the country's not gonna be up for that though, or
Mhm.
something like that,
Right?
and it's like this is gonna be more
Yep.
messy than
Mhm.
people think.
No,
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
agree. I agree. And
Always.
everything's just going to be so easily accessible too that people won't leave their homes. They won't do anything. They won't have
Yeah,
any ambition or incentive to do stuff. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be like Wally. Everybody's fat in
Yeah.
space.
right on the spaceship because everything's done by robots. The robots do everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do all the work. Yeah, I could probably see it. Like especially like in restaurant stuff too. Like when you go up to a touchpad, you
Oh,
don't even have to talk to somebody. You just tap what you want, and there you
dude,
go. Or self
Mm-hmm.
our
checkout.
our
I'm
jobs
all
like
for that. I'm like falling right into that. I'm like, cool. The less people I have to deal with, the better.
yeah,
I'm so done with that.
our
Yeah.
jobs are gonna be like that too. Eventually, walk up, is do it online, and just go pick it up at the station. That's all it is gonna be.
Oh
Like
yeah,
none of it.
exactly. Like you can
Yeah.
do that. Just go on your cell phone, go to McDonald's app, order your food, and then just show up and it's ready to go. Unless
Yeah.
somebody in the kitchen
Almost
screws up.
else to
As
cook
long
it,
as there's
but
people
I mean,
involved, as long as
yeah.
there's people involved, there's going to be mistakes every
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. But even like thinking like talking about our own local McDonald's, it's like, yeah, we have 3 of those touchpad things there, but like if you remember, it's like there used to be what 3, 4 cash registers at the till. Now there's like
Yeah, no,
just
true.
1 or
Two,
2. I was
two, I
like,
think.
well,
Yeah.
there you go. There's 2 less people that they had to hire just at that
Mhm.
place.
Right.
It's like, okay. I mean, it's nice not having to deal with people, but I guess it's like,
It's you pay for convenience though, yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, it kind of
Yeah.
works for too because you're there as a place always looking for work though. Less people to have. That's kind of a good thing too as well because if you're not going to be a little short-handed for so long, you're going to have enough people for staffing, right? So
hmm
Right.
yeah,
well, even like self-driving cars, because they were like, well, like self-driving semi trucks and that sort of thing. It's like, well, there's a lot of truck drivers out there,
Mhm.
so like, all
Yeah.
right, what are they gonna
Mhm.
do?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, like robots can essentially, like, if it gets to that point, can replace everybody. Really.
hmm
You know, especially once AI starts getting more and more
that's
advanced
scary.
too.
That's where it gets scary for me. It's like, okay, now when they're really starting to go
Yeah,
and
I don't
yeah,
think they'll
uh,
be turning that on. I don't think they'll.
I think
There's always going to be.
that'll be a conversation in our lifetime, though. I think that's going to come up. I think at some point it's going to be a big enough topic where
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be like an election maker topic. I think. Yeah,
for sure,
Mhm.
for sure.
It could
Just have like
happen.
the first AI robot that can you know,
Mhm.
just limited to its one body where it doesn't have any Wi-Fi connection or nothing
Yeah,
like that. Obviously,
don't pull
right?
the Ultron and have it like, oh, okay, now
Yeah,
humanity must die now. Oh shit,
yeah. Oh,
Skynet's
I
here.
see what's happening here.
Yeah,
Okay, let's start today. I gotta clean house.
we're going to war.
The biggest threat to humans are humans.
Hmm.
Right.
Clean house.
Ultron.
Yep.
Hmm.
Ultron.
All
They
right.
would have to
Well.
have his voice. James Spader would have to be the voice of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. If I'm going to die, I want to hear James Spader.
I want to hear his voice.
Well,
I'm doing
yeah,
this
that'd
for
be
your own
cool.
good.
Yeah, it's like if you have your own personal AI, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
Paul Bettany, get in the
Yep.
voice booth.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. All the
Say all
GPS
the
Paul Bettany and then all the bad robots are James Spader.
right.
That'd be sweet.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, we're almost at time, so I just want to pose one more question:
Okay.
are they going to invent sex robots?
How'd you know that I was thinking
Of
the same
course they
thing?
are. Of course they freaking are, man.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
yeah.
Yeah, hoes are gonna be out of business.
If I would say if the first
For sure.
robot, the first sentient robot's job when it gets made is going to be for sex. Like that's my, I'll wager money on that.
Mm,
The
yeah.
first ever robot will be a sex robot.
Sorry, I don't swallow no matter how much you pay me. Well, I know a
Ah.
robot that will. See ya. See ya. Self-cleaning. See ya.
Fuck. Oh, man.
Fuck.
That,
And it'll do like a
Oh,
a health
whatever.
check too at the same
Yeah.
time. It'll just analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
guess what?
have.
You're
You
low
have
on
to
iron
get-
today.
yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, zipping up. I better get some iron pills on the way to work. Holy fuck! Oh my god, my imagination's just going crazy right now with that.
Right. Yep. Yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
People were worried about overpopulation once those sex robots come in.
Mhm.
It'll be
Problem
done.
solved.
There you go.
I don't need real
Yep.
women.
Nope. Was the next
Exactly.
one.
I have the
Absolutely. It's gonna
fuckbot
happen.
T1000.
Right?
Mm.
All the guys are gonna have just fuckbots, and that's it. All the women will be on the street.
That's how like what?
Well, I guess the guys could be the same way too. Like they could have
Yeah.
male sex dolls.
No, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be women who invent the sex bots,
Yeah.
and then the guys will just be like
Yeah.
staying at home
Mm.
all day,
Yeah.
having sex,
Yeah.
and then the women take over the world. And
Right?
That's a Rick and Morty
You
episode
can't
right there.
outbang
Yeah, exactly.
a Fucktron
Yeah.
3000, right?
yeah.
Telescopic penis. Oh, that hurt a little bit. Have a little spinner on there. Oh my god, the possibilities are endless.
Mhm.
Endless.
endless.
Futures now.
I just want a real like R2D2. Be cool.
Right?
That'd be
That
cool
would
to
be
have
cool.
your own droid, yeah.
Or an EDE just floating around you.
Mm.
Eh? From Fallout.
Shoots lasers.
Mhm.
Actually,
Shoots lasers and shit. Plays music whenever a
would
bad guy's
ED
around.
be cool? Doesn't talk or do anything. Well, I guess neither does R2D2, but
Right, just big beeps and noises.
you're just
Plays the
walking
radio.
around and keep seeing things.
Just-
Or whatever fucking noise it makes. Like,
Yeah.
shut up. I know. I see him. God damn it.
Yeah.
Just a dog.
Mute. Shut up. When I was playing the game, like, is there a way to shut this guy off? Like, oh man. Yeah.
That was the funnest thing about Fallout. Was New Vegas? New Vegas, right?
New Vegas.
You like if you had
Arguably.
ED and Boone on your team, you'd just be like,
Yep. Oh, you were.
and then it just like cuts to the kill cam of the guy just like head exploding. It's like, oh, all right, cool. I never have to shoot
Okay.
anything ever again.
And like you spend 5 minutes walking in that direction, then you finally see the dead body. It's like, oh, what? What just happened? There's like 5 or 6 dead raiders. It's like, oh my god. Just walking around, your companions are just blasting everybody. Oh, it's better crouch here and just wait. Okay, we're good.
Exactly.
Good stuff, man.
Well, there you go. We made it to the end of the podcast. That's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're, like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. That would help us out. And if you're listening on a podcast service such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, that sort of thing, leave a positive rating, subscribe to the feed, and then head over to our Facebook page, like the page. Like we said before on last episode of the podcast, we're only doing Ask Us Anything once a month, but you can for sure keep leaving us questions, and we're gonna accumulate them all.
We always want them. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we're gonna have hopefully a whole bunch of questions for the next month. But until then, we will be back here on Friday. Adios. We'll see you later.
See you guys.
Cheers.